Okie doke. If you've got props, have them nearby. Maybe a brick either side of the mat, and just if you have the strap loose and somewhere nearby, maybe the middle of the mat.
Got my strap?
Just
certainly not.
pop you all on mute and then put you on the big screen. Oh, I'll try to. Let's start. Let's start kneeling today. So if you need to use a bolster or a brick or something to elevate your hips to make kneeling a little bit more comfortable, then grab whatever it is you need, find your spot. A little wriggle. And when you're ready, maybe bring the hands to rest on your legs or on your belly, whatever feels most comfortable. Take a breath in through the nose. As you sigh out through the mouth, let your eyes close. Starting by being curious about your breath. So notice how it is this morning. Noticing how your body moves in response to the breath. And then from there, exploring how your body feels this morning. Scanning through, noticing how things feel sort of internally, and then also noticing things like the temperature against your skin, textures of the fabrics you're wearing or sitting on. If you need to wriggle or adjust as you do that, please do. Think about sitting up a little bit taller, starting to take a more active pose, just straightening, lengthening through the spine. And starting to draw your breath a little bit deeper down, filling out into the belly, sides of the ribs, the back. On your next inhale, squeeze your shoulders all the way up to the ears, as high as you can get them. And as you breathe out, just let them drop back down by your sides. Do that twice more. As you breathe in, squeeze the shoulders up as high as they'll go. As you breathe out, just let them rest down by your sides. One more time. Sitting tall again, nice steady breath. Eyes can be open or closed, up to you. I'm just going to start by turning the head nice and easily. So as you take your next exhale, turning the head as though you're looking over your right shoulder. As you breathe in, bringing the head back to center. And the next exhale is going to turn the head to the left. Just keeping that going, inhaling to look or bring the head forward, and exhaling to turn the head. Using that full breath to complete the movement. So it's a really slow turn, giving you plenty of time to notice how the muscles in your neck, your shoulders, back respond to that movement. You can just pay your last one. Edging up with the head nice and central, sitting nice and tall. We're going to interlace the fingers behind the back and take that fist over to the right side of the waist, as tucked in as you can get it, and squeezing the elbows towards each other a little bit, so the front of the chest might start to feel a little tight. Still sitting nice and tall, head up above the shoulders. If that feels all right there, you can stay there. If you want to explore stretching out some other muscles in the neck, then you might want to think about looking down at your right shoulder, or maybe dropping the ear down to the right shoulder. You might find that you want to sort of tip your head nice and slowly between those two, a little bit of movement through the muscles in the left side of the neck and shoulder. Just responding to how your body feels this morning. Not forcing anything, not doing anything that's uncomfortable or painful. Keep squeezing the elbows towards each other behind you. Keep sitting up nice and tall. Taking one more breath on this side. Use your next inhale to lift the head and take the arms out behind you, and then we're going to swap sides. So the fist's going to make its way over towards the left side of the waist, elbows sitting together, finding that tall spine, long spine, head above the shoulders to start with. Just easing into the stretch, so a couple of breaths nice and tall. And then adding on either the ear dropping or looking down towards the shoulder. It might feel different on this side, that's absolutely fine. Just do what you need to do to respond to the right shoulder. Keep squeezing those elbows, keep sitting tall. Keep breathing nice and deep. One more breath. And use an inhale to sit up tall. You can release the hands. Maybe give them a little shake. And then we're going to grab our blocks. So I'm afraid you might need to stagger yourselves a little bit so you don't smack each other with the next bit. Try and keep it friendly. So if you grab your block, hopefully it's not too heavy. You just need one. You can take it in your right hand to start with. Sitting up nice and tall. On an inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up and overhead. At the top, we're going to switch the hand. And then as you exhale, take the block back down on the other side. Lovely. Then inhale to sweep up, switch, and exhale, arms come down. Lovely. Inhale, lift. Exhale, switch. Nice and steady with that breath. Lovely. So we're going to do one more on each side. So the last side is going to be the left. Release the brick, do some little shoulder rolls one way. And then the other, play a game of hide and seek with the puppy. Lovely. We can take the brick again. This time we're going to have the arms out straight in front of us. So the brick is between the palms of your hands, so trying to keep them nice and flat. You're going to inhale and lift the brick up overhead. And then on the exhale, you're going to bend the elbows and lower the brick down behind the skull. So keeping the elbows as close as you can as you inhale to lift back up. And exhale to bend them back down. So we're just lifting and lowering the brick behind the head, trying to keep the elbows as close together as we can as we do this, and moving with the breath. Two more after this one. Last one. Lowering the arms back down in front of you. Another little shoulder roll if that feels good. You can pop the brick down for puppy to play with now. From here, we're going to find our way to a tabletop. So take a moment to move any props. We're going to start with a normal cat-cow, so taking time to set up, thinking about pressing the ground away, using those fingers, the knuckles, nice and long through the neck. So just think about having your head in the same position it would be if you were standing up. So trying to keep it nice and long. A little bit of pressure through the feet so the bottom part of the body is activated. On your next inhale, tilting the pelvis, dropping the belly down to the ground, looking up and forward. As you exhale, arching the back to the sky, drawing the belly in, letting the head hang heavy. Inhale to roll forward again, belly down, chest broad, looking up. Exhale as you arch the back to the sky, head heavy. So keeping this going, really exaggerating the movements within a comfortable range. So nothing uncomfortable, nothing strong or weird. You can help it. Keep pressing through the fingertips so you're pressing the ground away, trying not to dump all of your upper body weight through your wrists. Notice how your spine is moving, whether it feels smooth or sticky this morning. If you want to add in any other movements, if you feel like you need a little side stretch, feel free to use the last few breaths to add those in. Keep moving at the same sort of pace, using your breath as the guide. Taking one more breath. And then finding your way to a child's pose. Any version, anything that feels comfortable. Focusing in on your breath. When you're ready, you're going to reach the hands forward. Just grip with those fingertips. And then you're creeping forward. Notice if the shoulders are still feeling a little tight. If they are, see how it feels to walk the hands a little way away from each other, still keeping the arms straight. And then when you're ready, we're going to tuck the toes. And if you're feeling up for it, come up to a down dog. Have a wriggle. Have any movement that you need. Keeping the knees quite soft. Maybe walking the dog. Bending one knee as you straighten the other heel, drawing leg as you draw the heel down to the ground. Again, keeping movement slow, keeping that breath steady. And then we're going to walk the hands back towards the feet. You might want to take the feet a little way apart from each other, find a ragdoll forward fold. It's a nice big bend in the knees to relieve any tension down the back of the legs. A back stretch, not a leg stretch. Letting the head hang heavy, the neck be all floppy and soft. Let your face be soft, your jaw. And let the arms succumb to gravity as well, so let them be floppy. Taking nice big breaths into the back. Maybe a breath in through the nose, a sigh out through the mouth, just making yourself as soft as you possibly can. And then using an inhale to start to unroll the spine, keeping the knees soft, the chin tucked, right to the very end. Lovely. Maybe bringing the feet a little bit closer together, just a comfortable distance beneath you so you feel solid. On an inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up overhead, catch the right wrist with the left hand. I'm going to pull up on the wrist and take a side bend over to the left. So imagine that you're standing against a wall as you do this, and notice if anything slides, sort of rolls sort of away from the wall. Nice big breaths. On an inhale, lifting up, switching the grip, pulling up to the sky on that left wrist, and then finding your side bend on this side. Nice big breath. And inhale, lifting all the way back up. Exhale to bring the arms back down. We can do a little modified sun salutation with some cat and cow worked into it. So thinking about moving with one movement, one breath, or one transition and one breath. So thinking about pressing down into the floor. Make a nice solid mountain pose. And then on an inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up to the sky. As we exhale, hinge at the hips, soft knees if you need them. On an inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to shins, little squeeze together of the shoulder blades. On the exhale, we're going to take the hands down to the mat, nice and flat, crawl them forward, and then bring the knees down so we're in a tabletop. On an inhale, the belly drops as the chest lifts forward and up for your cow. Exhale to your cat. Inhale, you can have a down dog or a child's pose, depending on how you're feeling today. Trying to find stillness in your down dog, so noticing what you need to do to get it still, to get it strong. Holding, breathing nice and deep. And from here, we're going to walk the hands back towards us to find a ragdoll forward fold. Take a breath at the bottom, and then use a single inhale to unroll up to standing. Exhaling at the top. And then inhale to sweep the arms up high again. Exhale to fold. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, hands down, crawling forward, knees come down to your tabletop. Inhale to find your cow, belly down, chest up. Exhaling to your cat. Inhaling to neutral. And then child pose or down dog, your choice. And exhale, walking the hands back, finding that ragdoll forward fold again. Take a breath here. Inhale's going to lift you up. Exhaling at the top. One more like this. So inhale, sweeping the arms high. Exhale to fold. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, hands down. Creeping forward to your tabletop. Inhale for your cow pose. Exhaling to cat. Inhaling to neutral. Exhaling child or down dog. And then exhale, we're all going to bring our knees down, find our way to a child's pose. Any version. Maybe taking a little sigh out of the mouth. And then inhale, lifting yourself up to kneeling, and then we're just going to swing round onto our bottoms. We're going to take the soles of the feet together, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to take the fingertips to the ground, or if you've got short arms, blocks behind you. So they're just there to help remind us to broaden through the front of the chest and sit up nice and tall. So hands wherever they need to be to help that happen. You just don't want to be leaning back on your hands, because we want to keep the work in the body. So on an inhale, we're going to squeeze the big toes into each other, press them nice and firmly. On the exhale, we're going to press the outer edge of the foot down into the mat beneath you. Inhale to squeeze the big toes, and exhale to press down through the outer edge of the feet. One more time. Inhale, big squeeze. Exhale, pressing down, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to hold here. So if it helps to close your eyes and focus, feel free to do that. As you're holding, noticing your spine, your shoulders, make sure they're not rounding, starting to give up on you a little bit. One more breath. And we're going to release, and we're going to straighten out the right leg and grab your strap. Just have that near you. Adjust the camera so you can actually see my feet. So, foot on the extended leg is nice and flexed. If that is a strong sensation in the back of the leg, then take a little bend in the knee. Still keep the foot flexed. If you can, you want to see if drawing this knee down towards the ground. So you're sitting up nice and tall. You're going to inhale to reach the hands up towards the sky. You're going to exhale to fold forward, reaching forward, just coming as far as you can where your arms are still alongside your ears. Okay, then you're going to keep your body in exactly that shape. Release the arms and grab your strap. Now, if you can reach your foot, you're more than welcome to just grab your foot, but keep lifting through the chest, keep it long. If you can't reach your foot, then grab the strap, get it around the ball of the foot, the bony part of the foot, and you want to have two straight arms and a taut strap. So it's going to look a little bit different for everyone. We're still thinking about reaching forward through the chest, looking up and forward a little bit, keeping that foot nice and strongly flexed. The foot is still active underneath the strap. The strap isn't replacing the work in the foot. Nice steady breath. Maybe on your next inhale, you lift up a little bit more through the spine, nice and long. Maybe in the next exhale, you have a little bit more space to fold into. You get to a point where you can't keep the arms straight, you can take a little bend in them. Just keep the elbows sort of close into the body. And one strap in each hand. One more breath. And on an inhale, I'm going to remove the strap, sit up nice and tall, reach the arms back up overhead, and then we're going to twist towards the bent knee. So back hand might come to the ground, fingertips to the ground behind us. Again, thinking about sitting up tall, long spine, so if you need a brick or something under that hand to help find that length, then that's an option. Or you can wrap the back hand around you to catch the inside of the front thigh, or just press the hand flat into the base, into your lower back. Whatever helps you sit up tall, keep the chest nice and broad. Looking over that back shoulder and letting the eyes roll all the way around in the socket, without letting that front foot go to sleep. And inhale, just going to let the chin roll around in line with the chest. Everything else is staying where it is. Your next inhale is going to reach that left hand behind you all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to fold, so your right shoulder is trying to make friends with your right knee. Reaching with that top hand over beyond the foot. And trying to keep the chest a little lifted, so there's lots of space through the side for your body, for your lungs, for your breath. One more breath here. On an inhale, lift yourself all the way up. We're going to face front. Take the soles of the feet back together. If you have trouble sitting tall, hands are going to go back behind you again for a little bit of extra support. If you can, take the hands away. You're going to bring them to prayer. We're going to inhale to press the big toes, into each other. And as you exhale, press the outer edge of the foot into the mat, sitting nice and tall. Nice, steady breath. Wherever you are, trying not to let that long, tall spine collapse. One more breath. And we're going to send the other leg out in front of us. Again, flexed foot. Make sure that doesn't take a nap. If you want to, you can press that knee down to the ground. Just pop your strap by your straight leg. On an inhale, we're going to reach to the sky, sitting up nice and tall. On an exhale, hinging at the hips, almost like you're trying to lift your body, your chest up and over that leg. So reaching the chest towards the toes, toes towards the chest. Just coming forward far enough that your arms are still alongside your ears. And then releasing the arms, keeping that work in the rest of the body so you can grab your foot or grab your strap. So trying to set up with two straight arms, one strap in each hand and the strap around the ball of the foot. Still keeping the foot active. So the strap is more there for your arms than anything else. Still think about lifting the chest, bringing it towards those toes. Nice, steady breath. And the next inhale, lengthening the spine quite deliberately, maybe sitting a little taller. And then as you exhale, maybe you find you have a bit more space to fold into. You might not, but you might. If you do, and you need to bend the elbows and just hook them in towards your leg, keep trying to make friends with your chest and your toes. One more breath. And on an inhale, I'm going to release the strap, sit up nice and tall, sweep the arms up overhead. And on the exhale, twisting towards that knee again. So making sure that front foot doesn't go to sleep. Using the back hand as you need to help keep that spine nice and long. So maybe it's there for support, maybe it binds, maybe the hand presses into your lower back. Trying to keep the chest broad, make sure there's lots of space for your breath. So if it feels restricted, feels tight, then maybe reduce the amount of twist you've got there. Looking over that back shoulder, letting the eyes roll all the way around in the socket. Nice deep breaths. And let the head roll in line with the chest as we leave everything exactly where it is. Use an inhale to reach that backhand up towards the sky. And then use your exhale to fold over the extended leg. Again, thinking about lifting the chest up towards the ceiling a little bit, reaching beyond the foot with that top hand. The arm is nice and straight, just finding a nice long reach, big stretch. A nice big breath. So again, if your breathing is compromised, if it feels tight, restricted, then lift up a little bit, but keep reaching through that top hand. One more breath here. And we're going to inhale to lift up, face front. This time we're going to take the soles of the feet together, but as far away from the body as you can. Maybe grab your blocks, make a little tower, and rest your forehead on it, or just fold forward and let it hang. If you find you get a trapped nerve in your leg, then just straighten them out, give them a little wiggle, and see if you can come back to it. Trying to let your body be soft here. So letting the face be soft, the jaw. If you have a tendency to clench your jaw, then maybe give it a little rock from side to side. You want to use your fingers to give the muscles a little massage right at the joint of your jaw, just in front of your earlobes. You're welcome to do that if you feel that would help. One more breath here. Using an inhale to unroll. We're going to come to lie down on our back. So just keep your bricks within arm's reach. Bring yourself down onto your back. So bending the knees with the soles of the feet on the mat. On an inhale, just going to reach the right foot up to the sky. Then we're going to bend the knee, cross the right ankle over the left knee. Think about creating some space at the top of that right hip. So it might be that you press the knee away, just using your legs. You might give it a little helping hand up at the top of the thigh. And then when you're ready, sitting up, grabbing a hold of your left shin or thigh, lying back down, making sure that your head and shoulders connect with the ground, so popping something underneath them if they don't quite make it back. And then using the position of your left leg to adjust the stretch on your right leg. So if you want more, bring the left knee closer. If you want less, send the left knee further away. Keeping the right foot flexed, nice and steady with the breath. One more breath. And on an exhale, you're going to release the left foot down. On an inhale, reach the right foot back up to the sky, and exhale to place the foot back down on the earth. A little wriggle if you need a little wriggle, and then we'll tackle the other side. So your next inhale, whenever that comes, is going to reach the left foot up to the sky. Exhale to cross the ankle over the knee, pressing the left knee away from the body, maybe giving in a little help. And then when you're ready, sitting up, grabbing a hold of the right shin or thigh, lying back down again, making sure that the head and shoulders connect firmly with the ground so they can relax. Still pressing the left knee a little bit away from you, keeping the foot nice and flexed. And adjusting the stretch using your right leg. Find your spot. Focus on your breath. One more breath. I'm going to release the right foot down on an exhale. Use an inhale to reach the left foot back up to the sky, and an exhale to take it back down to the earth. Okay. Take the soles of the feet together and let the knees drop out to the sides. If the knees feel really, really heavy, if that's quite a lot on your hip joint, then grab your bricks again and just sort of wedge them under the tops of your thighs so that they can rest on there and take the weight out of the hip joint. Focusing again on your breath. Maybe placing your hands on your belly to help you focus. One more breath here. And using your hands on the outside of your thighs to bring them back together. I'm going to have a little play with the supported back bend. It's a little bit of a weird one. It takes a few moments to get used to. So bear with me. You need a brick. You're going to sit up for a moment and you're going to pop your brick on its shortest setting in the middle of your mat. And you're going to come to lie down on it so that it's sort of between your shoulder blades, or roughly around that area. Your legs can go wherever feels comfortable. Keep adjusting the brick until it kind of feels better. If it feels super weird, I mean, it's that weird thing, right? It's the first time you've done something, it doesn't feel all that natural. If it feels wrong, then keep adjusting until you find a better spot. Letting the arms rest away from the body as far as they need to be for it to be comfortable and easy. If you prefer to have your hands resting on your body, that's up to you. Taking some nice deep breaths here. Two more breaths here. Use your arms to push yourself up enough that you can remove the brick and then bring yourself back down onto your back for your Shabasana. So if you need to grab any blankets or any other props to get yourself comfortable, then take a moment to get those. And we're going to try a different way of getting into Shabasana today. So once you've found your position, I'm just going to go through different parts of the body. We're going to activate the muscles and then we're going to relax them. So to start with, I want you to gently tuck your chin to your chest so your head lifts up away from the ground, and then gently place it back down. Next, we're going to squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears, and then release them back down. Have a shuffle, get them comfortable. Arms next, so making two tight fists, tensing the arms, making them nice and active, nice and strong, and then releasing them, letting them flop back down on the ground. Use an exhale to draw the front of your tummy button towards the front of your spine, nice and strong through those muscles. And as you breathe in, let the belly go nice and soft. Next, we're going to squeeze our bum cheeks, our glutes as tight as we can, and then release them. And then with the legs, flexing the feet, making them nice and active, nice and tense, nice and strong. And then release them, let them go floppy, give them a little shake. Take a nice deep breath in, filling up the lungs. Take a long, gentle sigh out. Letting your breath return to a natural pace. Allowing your body to feel soft and heavy. Allowing your mind to wander, to drift. Trying to let the thoughts pass you by. So it's fine that they're there. They may come crowding in. That's absolutely fine. Try not to get too fixated on them. They will still be there at the end of practice. Starting to draw some deeper breaths. Starting to become a little more aware of your body. Starting to move it. Making any wriggles, any stretches that you feel you need. When you're ready, bringing the knees into the chest, give yourself a little hug. And then rolling over onto whichever side is most comfortable. Keeping the body soft and relaxed, keeping the breath easy. And then using your hands to push yourself up to a seated position. Taking a moment to get settled. Maybe the hands rest on your lap, over your heart, or in prayer. Taking a moment to thank yourself for making time today, for coming and practicing, for looking after you. Taking a moment to thank everyone else who's shared this practice, shared this time. When you're ready, bring the hands to prayer and take the prayer up to the forehead so that the thumbs touch the third eye space. As a little reminder to think kind thoughts. Taking the prayer to the lips as a reminder to speak kind words. And taking the prayer to the heart for kind actions. When you're ready, marking the end of the practice with a little bow.